too high on yourself. Sorry.
Craig Anderson has joined the Ottawa Senators. I'm sure you've heard about everything that he has going on. Maybe just a thought, it kind of puts hockey a little bit in perspective, and as a hockey community, you must understand.
Well, 100%. I mean, his personal life is obviously way more important than hockey right now, and it's good to see that he's back and all that. So I don't want to comment too much on it. I don't really know the situation very well, so everyone's thinking about him, and yeah.
All set up. Mark, what's it like coming back home, just riding the wave of success that you guys are right now?
Yeah, it's fun. And I think everybody would tell you that it's fun winning hockey games. It's fun coming to the rink right now. A bit of a contrast to what it's been going down the stretch the last few. So we're enjoying it, but at the same time, we're trying to not let complacency creep in. We want more. We know if we can ride this as long as possible, it'll only help us down towards the end.
What can you say about the way you guys are playing defensively of late as opposed to the first few games?
It's certainly tightened up. I think we're still giving up too many shots. Cam's been great for us, and he's bailed out of a lot of mistakes. Fewer mistakes than we had been making in the early few games, but we've been better. And I think that slow improvement, that growth that we've had, is kind of what you want to see. And towards the end, hopefully, we're as close to what the coaches want as possible.
Too many shots on the PK the other teams are getting, or there's just the volume of shots that they're still coming from the outside? It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I think we've given up too many shots. I don't think it obviously hasn't hurt us to this point, but it's kind of a dangerous recipe to play with. Last game we only gave up the one, so there's been games where we've improved. We've taken steps back. The Washington game we gave up a lot of shots, but we're aware of it. We're trying to fix things, and right now we're riding a hot goalie, and he's put us in a good position to be one of the better penalty kills in the league right now.
The object for a team that checks well, obviously, is to make sure the shots come from outside the face-off. And if your goalie, you have confidence in your goalie, he's not going to give up one of those goals. So you can just funnel everything to the outside so that he's making the save. We don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think you can have 40 shots from the outside. That Cam's going to make those saves, and the way he's playing right now, it's going to take a really good shot to beat him. So that gives you confidence. But yeah, I mean, if we're limiting dangerous opportunities and guys are throwing pucks from bad angles, that's. I think that shows that our defense is going in the right direction. I think there was times last year we gave up a lot of grade A opportunities, but maybe the shots were down. It's probably been pretty opposite this year. We've given up some good opportunities, but not nearly the volume we had. And the shot total is a shot total. Even some buildings, some guys' fingers get a little happy and add some shots on. So that's, as long as we're winning at the end of the night, I think that's all that we care about in here.
The object, too, it's not the first shot, it's making sure there's stuff left.
Good? Darnell, coming back home, riding the wave, what's it been like just to have the success early on this season?
Yeah, it's been great. Obviously, success has come with us playing some really good hockey. But, we need to continue to do that. We've definitely built a strong foundation, a strong start, and building blocks to work off of. And for us, it's just going to be working every day to continue to clean up some of the things that we can, but at the same time, play hard and play for each other.
How much have you cleaned up defensively in the last few games as opposed to the first few?
Yeah, we've obviously Cam's made some huge saves, but I think as a whole, all 5 guys in the Z zone have seemed to find themselves in the right spots. No matter if we have a breakdown, we have someone to help out, and with that said, we got to continue to do that.
With the Senators tonight, they win one, they lose one. It seems just 1 win, 1 loss. Kind of a streaky team. What do you expect for them finishing up a road trip here?
Yeah, obviously they come out and play hard. They're a team that definitely does that. They have some weapons that can hurt you up front and on the back end, obviously. For us, just gonna stick to things that made us successful to this point, playing a real good, strong team game. For the D, playing hard and getting pucks out of our own zone, and just continue to play the way we have been.
Did you get those tickets back? Got them? Bruce, how are you? Good.
So you've had one of your themes has been the team has to work on humble prosperity. Pretty good lately. Are you seeing some change there?
I guess the evidence suggests that we are. We learned a valuable lesson early, and we've been able to adapt and adjust. Moving forward, our practices have been pretty good since then. Our meetings, our approach to games has been good. But human nature is to let things go when it's going really good and take shortcuts, and we have to continue to stress that with our guys. I feel that the leadership group's doing a good job. Some of the players that have won in the past and been on other organizations are keeping everybody on a fairly even keel. I think he's picked up where he left off last year. The difference might be more us around him than the way he's playing or approaching the game. But nothing, nothing different in the way he prepares, the way he presents himself to the team, his review of games or anything like that. He's in a good spot with that. He's found a routine, and I think it allows him to be a pretty effective goaltender. Yeah, when you compare that to last year at the beginning of the season, it wasn't like that. We had players in and out, we had injuries, and with a new goaltender, all of that goes together like a puzzle. And right now we've been able to, for the most part, maintain our back end and the goaltender for almost every game. So they're getting used to playing with each other. They're getting used to each other's voices and tendencies, and it helps. Overall, like where are we going with them? 82, yeah. Yeah, and he wants to play every night, which is pretty encouraging. Never once has he come up and said I'm a little bit tired or I'm worn out, and usually that comes through the goaltender coach, but that hasn't been the case at all. And we feel comfortable. We feel comfortable with him in there. Now I'm really confused. You know what? It's so early that's a really hard question to answer because it's all over. We've talked face-offs, we've talked power play, penalty kills improved immensely over the from preseason till now, but there's still areas of the game that it has to improve. things and pieces that aren't even in practice, or pardon me, in the games, such as practice and meeting prep and stuff like that. There has to be polish up in that area. You know, so there are a lot of areas specifically to narrow in on one. It varies from team to team as well. We'll see an interesting neutral zone forecheck today, and we'll need some polish there to come through it. If we don't, we'll be turning pucks over and going the other way. So it does vary from night to night as well. You know what? This is going to sound strange. I don't know if I can answer that question because with Oscar's game last year, we didn't really get to know him. It was early in the year we kind of got rolling. We weren't having a lot of success. It was mixed, and then I think we had a 6-game winning streak, and Oscar goes out, and that was it. That's all we ever knew about Oscar. So we're still trying to figure him out too, and I think he's still trying to find his game. As a pair, they complement each other. They're able to communicate quickly. You know, the lefty-righty thing I think helps, but that's a tough question to answer. Yeah, well, they're where we were last year with a much better record, but a new coach and trying to comprehend a new system and take it all in. And they've had some really good nights, and even good nights when they haven't won. So I think we'll have our hands full. There are some wrinkles in their game that is different than the traditional game that a lot of teams play, and we have to be aware of that. We don't change a lot about our game. It's not like we play them 8 times a year or anything like that. We're going to play them twice, so we'll try and continue to do what we do. But they do throw some wrinkles, and then I think emotion will play a big factor in tonight's game. Obviously, with what they're going through with Anderson's family and the Oilers and the organization and the players, coaches, our prayers go out to that family as well. But there will be an emotional factor that comes into play. I have a good idea of how our team would respond if that was somebody, a teammate. And on the other side of the coin, we're cruising along and everything's fine. So I have a concern about that. Certainly do. You know what's interesting? That's a great question, Bruce, because I was thinking last night, like the hockey world outside of the players, so the fans, the people that are passionately involved in the game, that's their escape. They come to us. They have their pools. They look at their analytics. They follow stats. They're watching umpteen games a night, and that's how they escape from their issues. What happens when it's us? And it happens to a player. It's not like we turn to hockey because we're involved in it. So I think it's an interesting scenario. Went through it with Morsey in San Jose in playoffs the one year, unfortunately, and it can affect a team a couple different ways. It really hit our team hard, and obviously hit him hard, and it didn't help us. It didn't give us that uplifting feeling that we needed. But I think it can go the other way as well, and that organization in Ottawa, as you know very well, has dealt with this in the past, whether it's management or a coach or a player, and they're very well supported by the ownership group there, the management, the fans. They'll get through it, and they'll get through it very well. And just listening to some of their players speak, they have a good leadership group in there. They'll take care of each other.